everyone, it's Shannon from Smellicious Soaps here, and I'm getting ready to cut 2 batches of soap that I didn't get a chance to make a making video of because it was just too dark outside when I went to make them and the lighting was horrible, so I hope you will forgive that. In lieu of the making, I just decided to make a cutting. So anyway, I made sorry, I had to take the bottom of the paper out. I made a love spell, and this is, I think, wow, it's I can't remember, 6 pounds of soap, I do believe, something like that. Anyway, so I will cut this monstrosity and see how it turned out. It is fairly hard already, which is good. And let me, hello, move. Thanks. Alright. Here we go for half of it. Well, maybe 2/3. I love lemongrass. It smells so fresh and lemony and good. And I knew that it would gel because all my other ones did. Here's the end part of this one. Hang on 2 seconds. I have to tell my kids to quiet down a little bit. Alrighty, so I'm going to start from this end. Hello, thank you. Alrighty, so here we have this bar. Just a basic drop swirl. And it's not because I have to work fast or anything. I do sell a lot of lemongrass, and for some reason people just really like it. I've tried to do one with like an in the pot swirl, and I did one that had a, let me think, Curtis, my husband, did the first one for the My Husband Makes My Soap challenge, and he did the skeleton, which everybody liked. Well, the faux skeleton. Hang on 2 seconds, I have to plug my iPad in here because it has a very low battery. My kids were on it all day long while I was at work. There. Is it charging? Of course I can't tell. Anyway, so I've been doing drop swirl for like the last, well, I don't know, 6 or 8 months, and people really seem to enjoy it. So I'm just not rocking the boat. Plus drop swirl is very easy for me. Sometimes it can get a little bit boring, but I still like it. And that is one of the trademarks of my lemongrass soap. I almost always do this kind of a top to it. Oh, it smells just awesome. So at my marketplace this weekend, we've had a little bit of drama. I don't know if any of you have retail space, if you are soap makers yourself, but this retail space is, so it's kind of like an indoor marketplace specifically for small business like me, and it's like a shopping mall for small business. And yes, I saw that. So you get a lot of different kinds of people in there, different personalities and whatnot, and the owners are definitely interesting, to say the least. Not exactly sure what they thought was going to happen, you know, when they first opened it up. But I think they have run into a few snags that they weren't anticipating, which is kind of comical in a way. A lot of the vendors are a little bit irritated at the fact that they do not do a lot of advertising for the marketplace. And it's not that they don't do a lot. They do some. There are quite a few commercials. They're getting active in social media. We've had a few special events with the news crews and radio, and so there is some advertising. I think there have been talks about a billboard. Who knows? But people are going to be angry no matter what. There's some people you just can't please. So we had some drama today with the vendor who's been there since the very beginning, just like me. We opened on Black Friday. For those not in the know, which for those of you who do not live in the States, Black Friday is the Friday after our Thanksgiving, which is somewhere around the end of November, and it's our biggest shopping day of the year for Christmas. Huge shopping day. Everybody goes out for Black Friday deals. Not everybody, but there's a lot. It has a huge following. I have never been Black Friday shopping, traditional Black Friday shopping before. I did one excursion where I went to the Old Navy next to my house, and I waited for an hour and a half to go in the door because there was supposed to be some sort of, you know, whatever, prize or coupons or something. And I bought like 5 t-shirts. I walked away with, I think it was a 5% off coupon, and I went home. That is the extent of my Black Friday shopping. Alright, so real quick, my next soap that I made was Love Spell, and it's very pretty on top. Angling it weird. And this is another 5-pound batch, 6-pound batch, something like that. Anyway, so there are quite a few of us that have been there since the beginning. Some people realized right away that they weren't going to make it and cut off about January. We all signed a 6-month lease, I think. At least I'm fairly certain. So, anyway. So this woman, she and her husband make wood-crafted writing pens and like decorative wine bottles that have lights on the inside for parties and things of that nature. Really, really pretty stuff. The killer part was that they're one of the very few vendors that have been making their rent in their sales every month. Okay, so here's that piece here on the end. It did gel and discolored in the middle a little bit, like a partial gel, which doesn't surprise me with Love Spell. So anyway, because goodness knows, I have a bigger booth. Mine is a 12 by 12 space, and it cost me $600 a month in rent, and I'm not making that per month. I did make it for the first, well, for Black Friday, which is the end of November. My prorated rent, of course, I made that back that weekend, and I made way more than my rent in December because of Christmas sales. But in January, I barely scraped rent, and February, March, and so far in April, I have not made rent. So I have been seriously considering whether I'm going to renew come the end of May. I'm still not sure. On the one hand, I keep thinking, well, I should give it a fair shake. It's, you know, a new thing, and goodness knows, for such an open-minded state, you know, with our legal prostitution and gambling and whatnot, you would think that the people here would be more open-minded and, I don't know, support local business, but I guess we are frugal people because most everybody here works in the service industry, which means that their pay is shaky at best, unless it comes down to tourist season. So, yeah, anyway, we've been struggling. Our craft fair season usually starts up in May and it goes all the way through until October, and then back up again in December for the holiday sales. So I'm hoping that once May hits, that we start to get a more steady business. I'm not saying that I like to attribute what we do at the marketplace to a craft fair, although it is all handmade craft kind of things, so it is what it is. So that's my tale of the day. I really like my neighbors, and I'm hoping that they're going to stick around as long as I do. I know that one neighbor won't be, which is kind of unfortunate. She and her partner is the one who creates, and she is the one who sells here. Her partner lives in, who's her cousin, by the way, lives in Virginia, I believe, somewhere back east. And so she is an artist, and then she has transferred some of her works of art onto jewelry and note cards and couple handbags. Anyway, hang on 2 seconds. Jiminy Christmas. Alright. Okay, so where was I? Hey, oh, there it is. I don't even remember what I was talking about. I apologize. This is why I usually do all my soaping stuff when my children are in school. But I'm too impatient to wait to cut, so I had to do it today while my children are at home, driving me insane. Oy. And I'm still going to be doing my farmer's market this year. So that'll be another source of income for me. I usually do pretty well at my farmer's market. Oh, I was talking about Ellen. Anyway, it's 22 branches, and they used to call it healing art. I guess they changed the perspective of their business. Anyway, Janice is the one who creates all these art pieces, and they've got some jewelry in the store, and it's really, really, really pretty stuff. And they do pretty well during the art market. We had an art market a few months ago. She did pretty well during that. But I guess they decided to not renew their lease, so they won't be renewing. And then my friend Delphina, who has become my friend since she started her business at the marketplace, she creates polymer clay creations. She sculpts them right onto glass, which is really cool. So she does some wine goblets and things of that nature. She also makes bridal bouquets out of antique brooches and burlap and silk. So she's really very, very talented. I'll have to slip in a few pictures of both of their things at the end of this video so you can see what I'm talking about. But these are my two work friends, and I don't know what I would do without them. It's going to be a very sad e-block without them if they decide to leave. Well, if Delphina decides to leave, and I hope not, because I'm sticking it out, I think. That's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. Simply because, I mean, it's such a good opportunity, and I have such a good space within the marketplace. I'm right up in front next to the front doors. So I'm thinking I might give it, if it lasts that long, up into, you know, maybe a year. I was thinking till Black Friday. And if it's just not panning out, it's just not panning out. I don't know what else to do. So anyway, I will slip in a couple pictures of the soaps that I just cut, and I will see you all next time. I am so happy to be back and doing videos, and I look forward to seeing all your responses, should you care to leave any. Alright, thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!